Alright, and I told you I'd be back again today for another review just to kind of play catch up, like I said earlier, from the hurricane last week that just put everything to shit. So, the second movie for today is one we've talked about before on, if you've watched our Peeps on the Couch episodes. We've mentioned this movie before with how controversial it's been since pretty much its announcement, and that is the new Ghostbusters movie. So it came out last week, of course, like I said, with the whole hurricane thing and power being out for the most part. Couldn't exactly watch it. So I watched it and it sucked. Just straight out sucked. And right off the bat, it has nothing to do with the all-female cast. You could have put anybody in this movie. The jokes fall flat for the majority of the movie. The jokes themselves really just feel like, for the bulk of the movie, it feels like all the jokes are just like, okay, here's a punchline, now let's hurry up and get to the next punchline, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And the problem is pretty much none of them are actually funny. There were a few scenes that were funny, and there were a few scenes that I will admit that from the trailers looked awful. In particular, the one scene that bugged me in the trailers a lot was the one at the concert where the little winged demon thing is on Leslie Jones's shoulders, and she's all like, "Nah, I'm leaving," all that. Now, in the trailers, it looked stupid. Watching the actual movie, it was actually one of the funnier moments of the movie, which I was glad to see that. But overall, it wasn't that funny. This movie continues the streak of me wondering why people think Melissa McCarthy's funny, because I don't. I think she's awful. She's not funny. She's just it's like it's like watching a tamer version of Chris Farley at times. You know, she's just the she's like another. It's just like I said. I mean, she's a less hyper version of Chris Farley at times, and completely unfunny. Not funny at all in this movie. And like I said, I've yet to see a movie that she's been in that's made me laugh. So that didn't work. The cameos were for the most part just forgettable. Pretty much all the original team is in here. Obviously, with the exception of Harold Ramis because he passed, and Rick Moranis, who just doesn't do anything anymore because of retiring, which is a whole separate deal. But you have the other three: Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Sigourney Weaver, Ann Potts. They're all in this movie, and the cameos just are weird, to say the least. So I mean, it was just weird seeing these cameos in this movie. Probably the only real good thing that I can say is in this movie is the effects. I really like the way all the ghosts look. They were, yes, they were bright colored, but the way it worked, visually, I enjoyed them. I thought the female Slimer was just weird. It felt really out of place. And just a lot about this movie was just, it felt like it was supposed to be an extended Saturday Night Live skit that went on for 2 hours. The villain is pathetic. I mean, you always hear people rag on, like the Marvel villains for being pathetic. This is a pathetic villain. If you really want to see a pathetic movie villain, watch this movie. The team, I mean, like I said, everything felt like it was just a segue to the next punchline, and none of it worked. I mean, the only one I really felt was good. Kristen Wiig was good. Kate McKinnon was okay. I mean, she's really weird in this movie. I mentioned how I just do not like Melissa McCarthy. I'm in the same boat with Leslie Jones. I've never really found her funny. She's been more annoying to me than funny. Um, so, I mean, I really wanted to like this movie a lot because, I knew from the gate that it was never going to get a fair shot at being a movie just because they're remaking Ghostbusters. Right there, you're going to get a lot of crap just for that. I only wish the movie could have been better. Um, and I really wish it could because I wanted it to. I really wanted to come out liking this movie. Um, oh, and what I forgot, Chris Hemsworth was good as their little moronic idiot secretary character. He was funny. I thought he was enjoyable. Um, but that was it. Really, if you think about it, the only good parts, Chris Hemsworth I thought was pretty good. Kristen Wiig was good, and the special effects were good. And I do not want to really get into the incredibly gut wrenching, horrid song that they did as with I think it was the Fallout Boys and Missy Elliott, I think is who it was. That song was just garbage. Oh my god, it was bad. It was just, it was bad. So I wish I could score the movie better, but it was just bad. I give it a 1.5 out of 5. It had some enjoyable parts. I will honestly tell anybody, I've told a couple of people this already, if you're interested in this movie, Redbox it. Spend the $2, go Redbox it, see if you like it. Because it was bad. So, but that's it. That's my review for Ghostbusters. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.